Hey, everybody, it is your Congressman, Jamie Raskin, calling out to all my friends across Maryland's beautiful 8th District and across Maryland and across the country. Today's Friday, May the 23rd. It's time for my favorite time in the week, Local Hero, when we get to recognize and interact with the people who make life in our community so special and so wonderful. And you're going to love my local hero for this week of Friday, May 23rd. Her name is Megan Campbell. She just won the award for the Montgomery County Public Schools Teacher of the Year 2025-2026. Megan has taught music education for 20 years. She teaches instrumental music right now to more than 200 students at Parkland Magnet Middle School, where she's been responsible for increasing that program by a remarkable 75%, because all the kids want to get into it. She got her master's in education from Concordia in 2019 and her BA in music education from Elon in 2004. She's taught at John F. Kennedy High School in Montgomery, and she also taught in the Prince George's County Public Schools, and she taught in North Carolina too. But she played a key role in launching the MCPS Marching Band Showcase. She contributes to lots of different kinds of music programs across the county. She lives in Rockville. We're very proud of you, Megan, and congratulations on being our local hero.
Thank you.
We're really delighted to have you. So let's start with this. When did you fall in love with music, and did you have music teachers who influenced your education and career?
Yeah, very much so. I did not have a great middle school experience in music. It was kind of like you do this and nothing else. And really, it's kind of best for kids at this age to explore lots of different extracurricular activities. And so I started taking private lessons when I was in 8th grade. My parents invested a lot of time into this. They kind of believed in me, and my mom kind of operated under the adage of, you might not be still swinging a field hockey stick on a team when you're 40, but you could still play the flute or the piano. And then I auditioned for music in high school and did very well. I'm from Cherry Hill, New Jersey. I had wonderful music educators. And it was my first teacher in high school that really made me feel like, oh, I'm doing well. I'm progressing and I'm playing really difficult music at this age. And I don't know, it was like the band room back then. It was just like, I can't believe you could spend your entire day here. Like, this is the only room I want to be in the school. And so just lucky enough to figure that out at 15 and stuck with it through college and still my career now.
That's awesome. Well, tell me how you think music education or techniques of musical instruction have changed since back when you were in school. What are the things that are working today? And why is your program at Parkland Magnet Middle so popular?
So I think something that's really widely changed is the relationship building with students between all teachers. It's not just, it's no longer like I'm a director and I wave my hands and you command whatever my hands say in the air. We're working together to create a product, and the more I know about you and maybe the more you know about me, the better. So like, I know that you had a tough soccer loss yesterday. So your rehearsal will be a little bit easier today. Like, man, braces are really a thing in middle school. So like, be kind to them. They just got an extra wire put in their mouth or an expander or something like that. But truly greeting every student in the hallway, and not it's me versus them, but it's kind of all of us. We are having a conversation together in creating music. And it's just, I don't know, they really respond well to that. I have the best kids.
That's so cool. Well, look, I mean, kids arrive with different musical backgrounds, they're different levels of, development. Some kids want to just do classical all the time. Other kids want to do jazz or play rock and roll or improvise or what have you. How do you deal with that diversity of desires and expectations?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. So with the state curriculum, I definitely have to teach kids how to read music. That is a pillar in our curriculum, and I'm a firm believer in musical literacy. However, I try to have some like a well-rounded repertoire. So like beginning orchestra is playing some Queen music in addition to, original music. Or we have jazz band and we just had rehearsal and they played Give Me Some Lovin', Fly Me to the Moon, and The Bare Necessities. So you try to get kind of all of the things happening in all of the ensembles. In my advanced guitar class, I let the kids actually pick some of their music for the concert. So they did like See You Again from the Fast and the Furious movies. And like it's really helpful to have them have ownership of what they pick. And so I'll regularly get emails from students like, hey, have you listened to this yet? And I'll like, give it a listen and like, oh, are we able to play that? How can we make that work for our ensemble? And so
Huh.
it's kind of like, let's all do this together.
Well, what are your instruments that you grew up on?
Sure. So my primary instrument is the flute, and the my secondary instrument would be piano. And so I do try to sit down and play with my classes as often as possible if the instruments are available. So I regularly step in with percussion. Being a pianist is easy to step in on mallet percussion, and I regularly sit down and try to play with the kids. And I make mistakes, and it's great for them to see me make mistakes. They feel really comfortable then to make mistakes or outplay me by the time you get to this age.
Right. Um, hmm. So, do you have any particular method you advocate either for your students at school or for kids before they get to your level? I mean, are you a champion of the Suzuki method? Do you have kids studying scales and chords and so on?
Yeah, absolutely. I do have a couple kids in private lessons. The majority of my population does not take private lessons, but a couple of them who do are Suzuki trained. I do not start with the Suzuki method just for my classes. It's not really, what we do at this with ensemble sizes of like, 30 plus. But let me think. So I work with the state of Maryland has repertoire lists. So like MODA, the Maryland Orchestra Directors Association, and then MBDA is the Maryland Band Directors Association. And so they have lists according to ability level. So my sixth graders are typically playing like a grade one or a point 0.5 piece. So every May and June, I go through and I listen for several hours to all the things on the point 0.5 or grade one list. Okay, what do I think would be good to play next year? Order that music, hand it out, and kind of see what sticks. And then, my eighth graders are playing grade two, a couple reach pieces with grade three, 3.5. The highest number on the list would be grade six. That would be a very advanced high school wind ensemble or collegiate. And then as far as other than that, pedagogically, I'm a big fan of method books and scales. So like, let's use this method book to teach these rhythms and these notes, and then we're going to apply them to our repertoire.
Huh, that's terrific. Well, look, you are renowned as a passionate educator and a leader for musical education. And we want to thank you for inspiring the next generation of musicians in Montgomery County. And congratulations on being selected as Teacher of the Year. I know how meaningful that is and how competitive it is in a county with magnificent teachers across the board in lots of different fields. So you're our local hero, and thanks for everything you do.
Thank you, Representative Raskin. I really, really appreciate what you do as well.